How's it going, everyone? This is Trevor from Desert Blade Works. Just wanted to do a quick walk around of my 2016 Chevy Colorado Duramax and talk a little bit about some of the things that I've done to it. So really quick, you can see probably most notable is the MR312 method race wheels and the bronze and the black and the 265 70 17 BFG KM3s. And then I have the ZR2 rock sliders on there, or really rocker panel guards. They're not really sliders. The Baja design squadrons. I just did the sports up there. And then I also have the squadron sports and the fog light kit. I do have the GoFab front bumper with an Aries 20-inch single row light bar. And then I have a custom skid plate that I made. Just had a 1/4-inch aluminum. It just goes to the differential right there and covers the differential. Other thing that I have, go to the other side, is I have the dirtking boxed upper control arms and the eibach Pro truck lift. So the Pro truck kit gives me a 3-inch lift up front and up to a 1-inch lift in the rear. So in the rear, I went ahead and I did the auto springs group add a leaf. So that gave me a 1-inch lift in the rear and a 3-inch lift up front. So the truck sits perfectly level and it gives me a really good ride. Actually, I love the suspension setup on there. Very smooth. However, I do get a little bit of hopping when I'm crawling over stuff. The front end wants to hop a little bit because of the spring rates on there. So coming around to this side, you'll notice I have a bed rack on there. I actually fabricated the bed rack as well. It's just 1-inch by 2-inch steel, and then I have my Tread Pros mounted on right there. On there, super sturdy. They don't move around a whole lot, and really low profile. The reason I designed my own bed rack is so that I can still use my folder cover. I can still open it and close it and have that on there. On this side, I'm going to be mounting some Rotopacks, fuel systems, and then maybe some other things, and then one day a rooftop tent. Inside the bed, I have 3 Pelican cases up there. You can't see one of them, it's behind that one, but it's got all my tools, recovery gear, straps, pretty much anything you'll need really. I've got my shovel. I haven't mounted a place for that yet, but then I have my axe mounted right there. It's a quick fist mount. There's 2 of them mounted in right there. It's super low profile, doesn't ever get in the way, and it holds it really well. I'm a big fan of that. Also, need somewhere to put my spare tire one day, and also get a full-size spare. All right, so moving on to performance-wise on my truck, I have the AFE Power Momentum GT cold air intake. I do have the plug removed on it. The plug, really, I haven't noticed a difference in power. I just like the sound of it better without the plug in there. And you can see down in there, my turbo-backed exhaust. Did the downpipe right there, which was a pain to get out because you have to pull it out through the engine bay, so I pull it up right there. Other than the cold air intake and the turbo backed exhaust, I do have it tuned. You have to tune it in order to do the exhaust on there. I did the green diesel engineering tune, and so far I really enjoy it. I did do the Flow Pro 3-inch stainless steel exhaust with the muffler, and I have really enjoyed that as well. There's no drone. The exhaust does stick out a little bit far right there, but I think that's so you don't melt your step. But this clearance, your approach angle is a lot better, so I really like that. Overall performance wise, the biggest difference I noticed was when I tuned the truck. Cold air intake, to be 100% honest, I didn't notice really any performance benefits. I did put the intake in after I tuned it, which might be a big factor in that. But overall, it pretty much got sound for $400. So if I were to do it again, I wouldn't go with the intake. I love AFE, they make a great product, but didn't do a whole lot for me. The tune did a lot more. So if you're thinking about that, I say don't do it. Yeah, you get good sound out of it, but it's not worth it. I can't remember what company made these ditch light brackets, but they bolt right into the hood, super stout. Still able to have your lights on there when you open the hood. So now I'll go ahead and I'll post some sound clips and some driving clips of the exhaust, and I'll talk a little bit more about how I like the power and the exhaust and give you guys an update on some mileage. Here's a cold start. All right, so let's talk gas mileage. First, my check engine light is on because the truck actually isn't running. So gas mileage, ever since I did the tune is when I noticed the biggest increase in gas mileage. With just the tune, and I went up to 32-inch tires. Around town, I was around 18 miles per gallon. That's pretty much a top speed of about 35 miles an hour going to and from work. And in a small town, roads aren't very fast. So it's pretty much just stoplight after stop sign and stop, go all the time. Not ever getting very quickly. It's about 18 miles per gallon. And then once I did the delete, I'm now up to 19.6. And that is with driving a lot more aggressively because I like the sound of it. So I could probably get around 20.5 miles per gallon around town. I have checked my trip calculator and done the whole, measure how much fuel you put in and compare it. And it is very, very similar to what I'm actually getting. So since I have deleted, I'm about 20.2. Almost all around town. I did take one trip, about a 40 minute drive each way on the highway. One way I had a very, very bad headwind, and then the other way wasn't too bad. So 20.2, I'm not super happy about that. I know I can definitely get that up a lot higher. Normally when I'm driving, I'll drive from Logan, Utah to Salt Lake, and I can get about 29 miles per gallon on the highway, cruising about 75 to 80. Which isn't bad for a 3-inch lift in mud terrains. So I really, really can't complain about that. So overall, I'm super happy with the tune, with the delete. If you're thinking about deleting and really aren't sure about, laws and different things in your area, to be 100% completely honest, I would definitely tune your diesel Colorado. It makes a huge difference. Deleting, really don't think it's necessary. For me, it was an extra $1,000 to delete. I had a sensor in my def tank fail, and so it was giving me all sorts of readings. It was giving me some trouble, and so that's why I decided to go ahead and just do the full turbo-backed exhaust on there. Did I really need to? No. Have I been thinking about it for a while? Yes. Was it worth it? I think in the long run, yes, it is going to be worth it. In the cold weather up here, I have noticed a little bit of a difference in a cold start. It doesn't like to start as well. And the extreme cold, 0 to 5 degrees Fahrenheit, doesn't really like that, but it will start. So overall, as a whole, absolutely love the truck. Absolutely love the tune from Green Diesel Engineering. Absolutely love the Flow Pro exhaust. The AFE Momentum GT cold air intake, I wouldn't buy it again. I didn't notice a big difference. Maybe I should put my stock one back in now and see if there's a difference with deleting. I do enjoy the sound, but it's really not worth $400 of sound. So overall, let me know if you guys have any questions, what else you'd like me to go over on my truck. Hopefully I'll have some off-roading videos soon. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Stay tuned for some more.